Hey everyone, my name is Jeremy, and here is a week one update with the second class in the Master of Science of Industrial Organizational Psychology with Bellevue University. Social psychology is what I believe I looked up. Yep, that's the name of it. I just want to make sure I had the name right. So yeah, that is it's shaping up to be a very interesting class. And the reason that I say that is because it's the motivational theories that I've just been exposed to within the first week. I'm reflecting back over all of the supervisory roles that I've had, and I'm like, oh, that makes perfect sense. If you don't know what motivates people, then people really just kind of do things just for the sake of doing it without having meaning behind it and or some type of uh, uh, build up or energy behind what they're doing, you know? So, for example, I used to be a sales supervisor, which was me managing our group of commission based employees. And commission, from my point of view, would be more of an extrinsic motivator. And sometimes people may have gotten through staffing or whatever the the talent acquisition plan as maybe not a right fit for the role and aren't motivated by commission. So then as a sales supervisor with this information, I would then want to figure out, well, what motivates you intrinsically? Like what are when you come to work every day, why do you clock in? Why do you keep coming back? Like what are you trying to achieve? And also knowing that the environment that's created drastically impacts the experience that the employee has. So I know as a supervisor that I treated my employees the way that I would want to be treated. So I was a firm supervisor, but I also understood life happens. And I tried to have a great balance, right? But if I'm not doing a great job with shaping my conversation to be what it needs to be to motivate that employee to do their responsibilities, then everything else goes out the window, especially if what I'm doing as a supervisor doesn't create the right environment for them to thrive in. And then looking at team dynamics, how do you, when you know that you have those A type personalities, especially in a sales environment, how do you get them to interact with those B type personalities in a way that doesn't throw the B type personalities off and still makes them want to be a part of the journey, and vice versa? And I would consider myself to be a B type personality, unless there's something that I'm extremely passionate about. I see my TV flicking in the background, I'm sorry. And then I flex my personality as needed to get my point across. Um, but sometimes when I'm not invited into the conversation, then I don't, obviously, I'm not going to say anything, right? But then the organization loses out on that insight, which again goes back to creating the environment to where people are very aware what motivates one another, so that way they can pull it out of them and then leverage that to achieve organizational objectives. I think I might be rambling, but I think it makes sense somewhat. So uh, I'm liking the class so far. We've talked about different theories like theory X and Y, which from my understanding is really about an employee who is viewed as like lazy, they really don't want to do anything, to an employee who is labeled as theory Y, which they're proactive, they're a self-starter, they want to get the job done, We talked about the hygiene motivation theory. Talked about, oh gosh, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and so many other theories. But just understanding these theories really is helping to shape the lens that I'm looking out of, because I'm thinking, okay, well, this person is doing A, where does that fit? Or what need is not being met? And how can I, as an HR professional or an organizational leader, help get that need met so that way we can remove that distraction and get the most out of them, if that makes sense. So yeah, first week is going pretty good. Don't forget your APA. Listen, Linda, there is so much going on in the world right now. I read a few of the articles, which I'm getting better and more efficient at reading. I'm a kinesthetic hands-on learner, so it can be difficult for me to sit down and read at one time. But because I find that the material is relevant to me and I'm interested in it, it's a lot more easier than me reading financial statements, which sucked. But don't forget your APA, break up your assignments, scan what you have to do earlier in the week, create your outlines, and then attack. I'm going to do a better job with using the writing resources, so that way I can do the best that I can do in the class. The last class, I walked away with an 89 and some change. The majority of it was APA. And last week threw me off. I was moving and rushed to do my paper at the last minute. So all on me. If you're looking at this program as a program to help you, well, let me rephrase that. If you're looking at this program or considering this program for IO psychology or some type of organizational development role or anything to do with that, I like it. It is a stretch. It's stretching me beyond what I thought was possible, which is good. You don't want to be in a program where you are just going through the motions, which I've experienced that before, or, I'm kind of sort of experiencing that in a different way, but nothing to do with this program. Anyways, hope that this helps. Have a great day.